I don't even know where to start. Like, what up? Back by popular demand after all the 10 people requested to see me. Shout out to you, 10. The 10 of you people who were like, I want to see y'all do it, do it. Nah, it was a few, y'all, and I appreciate it. It feels very weird to be on the screen this way, recording again and letting everyone into my fantastic life. But I'm feeling good. I feel like this is like my creative bag, and I said that I wanted to tap back into it because I really wanted to make sure that I fill myself up. You know, we at work, you know, life, whatever, like everything gets so busy and it's hard to pour back into you. So I wanted to make sure that I did that. And I was like, what makes me the most happiest is when I'm pouring into Star. It's like sessions, and that's like my first baby. And when I think about my first episode down to even like the last episode, I don't know when it was that I recorded, but it's me. And I'm just happy that I have this opportunity to come back on here again and be received. So shout out to you. Thank you for wanting to see it. And yeah, I mean, I don't even know where we left off at. What was I doing? My skin was not looking this good last time. I don't know if you could really see it, but you know what's funny? I posted on Instagram the other day, like, oh, my skin journey, da da da. Why the next day my face was just acting crazy? Like it humbled me up real quick. She was just like, oh, you thought she was cute? I'm bring you a pimple. I'm gonna make you like your blemish come. But I'm not, fretting because I got my routine down packed. But it was really funny that happened. But hey y'all, what's going on with y'all? How's life? Hope everyone's having a great summer. I am currently on summer break. It don't feel like it because I'm also in grad school. And right, let me start from the beginning. Right? Y'all like, where she's in grad school. I think I left off with y'all. I was still working with like my girls group and working in school still, but like in a different type of way. Now I'm like an official teacher with y'all kids. Matter of fact, it's not even the kids; it's really the parents. Y'all be dragging anyway. But I'm a teacher. I teach third grade at a charter school, and although it is stressful, it has brought me so much joy in many different ways. And I met some amazing people. So I'm teaching. I'm also in grad school getting my master's, which is a blessing because that was one of my prayer requests was to get into grad school. And I had applied to this master's program previously, and maybe now about 2 years ago, and I didn't get in, and I was like kind of bummed about it. And I was like, dang, like I submitted all my writing, and I was like, oh my God, like how did I want to see my writing? I was like so mad, and I was like, damn, like how did this gonna happen to me? But when I got this job, one of the perks of this job was that they pay for your master's. And I was like, you see, God, see when you that closed door, God has a big yes for you. So that's a privilege. But child, when I mean grad school has been working me. First of all, I graduated high school. We ain't even gonna say the year. Y'all know if you know the year I graduated. Like so, the brain is not functioning the same way. The skill set is not the same. And I'm in school with a lot of, shout out to the young ones. I don't know what y'all call this generation. What am I, millennial? I don't know. I think that's what I am. These young kids, the brain is working fast, okay? And it's working faster than mine, and I don't got the stamina. Like I gotta either do a work or school, but I'm doing both at the same time, which has been so exhausting. And funny thing is that I'm almost done, but it has been working me, and it has been really challenging. And I really been working on my balance of how to be at work full time, obviously, and pour so much into that because it's like there's so much required of me, and still pour into my schooling for myself to get my degree, and make time for it. And last semester, the first semester, I was like, oh my God, I was doing so good. I got all A's, child. The second semester, we're going to leave it at the Lord's feet because I was calling on Him every day. The motivation was not there. It was just impossible. I just felt like between work and doing that, I was just like, how am I supposed to be getting A's? And I think that like not that they require you to get A's, but I can't get less than a B. Baby, let's just say, the Lord has ways, and thank God for favor. But it's still going. So when I say summer break, I have break from work from the kids, but I'm still working doing my master's. And you're like, oh, it's just school. Baby, it's like the work is like tedious. I keep telling you, like the mind. Anyway, we praying on it. But right now, I've completed my assignments that I have right now. I'll be right to the T when it's due. But besides that, summer has been relaxing. I've been trying to regroup and reset myself. This year was so exhausting. Like teaching officially for my first year as like a real teacher, and I can't even say real teacher. Maybe at the end of the year I can say real teacher, but was a lot. And I didn't think I thought like, okay, this is gonna be great. You're gonna teach. I worked with kids before, but like, no, this was something so different. This was a different ball game, and I was like, what did I sign up for? But I'm grateful though because I feel like I've learned so much. This year has been challenging, but also like rewarding. I learned so much about myself and what I can do, and the things that I thought I couldn't do, like I achieved them, and I was really proud of myself. So I think that right. I'm gonna cue the clapping here. I think that I overcome a lot, um, as well as just like face many obstacles. So I'm like, kudos to me. Shout out to all the people who helped me, and shout out to my crew at school who's super supportive. I appreciate all of you. So besides that, like that has been fine. So I've been taking a break, a mental break. Literally, I have not even like reached out to anyone. I've been taking a mental break so that I can like prepare myself going back, so I can just like fill my cup. So this is one of the things that I wanted to do was like, let's record a session. Let's like tap back into me and things that I love to do and being creative. Also been writing like nonstop, and I'm really hoping and praying like God's will that I could, publish a book this year. And I'm really putting so much pressure on myself to make it be like this grand thing. But I'm just trying to like there's this book on writing. It's called Writing on the Bone. I'm just trying to like get the words on the paper at this point, and I am doing that. So yeah, I did that. Summer has been besides work and school. Summer has been relaxing. I am in my home right now. I tried to give a different like background. I was feeling good. I don't know if the lighting is great, but we're not gonna worry about all the technical issues and the scenery, the visionary part. And we're like day one, I was like so gun ho on like how this session had to look, and the mic. I got a whole closet full of microphones and headphones and all this stuff that I don't even use. And right now, I just got a little small mic, and I just got my little thing, and I'm just recording my tripod. So anyway, um, yeah. So I am working on my writing, and I really am trying to find ways to heal my trauma. I know we all have like childhood trauma. I'm currently still in therapy. I think that was my last session was me starting therapy and what that looked like. And the beginning of that was really, really rough. I mean, therapy has been up and down. That current time, I think that was like 23 or 22 when I said I first started. I don't even know. Maybe it was 23. I might like it was so long ago, but when I first started, and I started therapy in 2022. I recorded that session in 23, and I don't have the same therapist that I had before, but shout out to my first therapist. She's amazing, and she really helped me unpack a lot of my stuff that I was dealing with. And I think if you watch that session, if you haven't watched the session, go watch it so you know what I'm talking about. But I talked about how I was unpacking a lot of things because so many issues kept coming up for me, and I didn't know exactly why, but I know I need to deal with them. And since then, life still lives. I have dealt with them and made sure that I talk them through with the people who I love and who are close to me, so they can, feel me and see all of my flaws and still love me. Besides that, so I appreciate that. So it's been a lot of like having patience with myself and a lot of um, talking to God and talking to myself. I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes you got to talk yourself off the ledge and just trying to process. There's been a lot of tears, and not necessarily always like tears of sadness, but still tears of release. I think I want to say a thing that I've been holding on for so long, and it has affected me. And I didn't realize how much it has put a weight on me. It has put a barrier in how I communicate and express my emotions to people and even to myself. I've put up this like wall for many years to protect myself. I think we all have. And I don't think you necessarily have to have childhood trauma to put up a wall. But, if you've ever been hurt or, whatever, you put this wall up so you can protect yourself. And I've been doing that for so long. But the negative part of that is it has affected my relationships with friends and loved ones, even like partnerships. And I think that unpacking these things has allowed me to realize that I'm not always the victim. Yes, things have happened that made me a victim, but like you don't have to necessarily be there. Like you could also get out of that mindset and be victorious. And that's one thing that I really learned from therapy. And the thing with that is that I was doing so good with therapy, and then life happened, and then I stopped, and I was like, oh, like, baby, I'm good. I'm sipping a, a little iced latte. I'm chilling. But y'all, the therapy don't stop. I thought I was feeling good. I was feeling real powerful. I was feeling real confident. Like I got this. Life is great. Like, and then what I realized, because I was like in the house. Y'all didn't see me outside. I was in the house. I had spent like a whole like year or two just like working on myself. Like I kind of like had to remove myself and just like focus on my own journey and spend time with me. And I think that was something that I struggled with, is that I wanted to have time with friends and family, hang outside and be outside the block. I know y'all saw me outside, but that just wasn't, that was just kind of like what I was doing to um prevent me from dealing with all my issues. So I spent time at home. I was on my abstinence journey. Not saying was. I'm on my abstinence journey, and I have decided to spend more time with me and really think about what I want for my life and what direction that I wanted to go in. And to do all that, I had to like disconnect. So thinking about therapy, I thought I was like, fine. I'm doing the things. I'm feeling healed. I'm feeling like good. But then when you're back outside or back trying to, I think for me, trying to tackle something new and you want new relationships, you want a partnership, that's when you're going to be tested. And I was like, oh, I think I'm good. And then you try to like form friendships, whatever. And you're like, uh-oh, some things are coming up. And it's like you start to be tested on the things that you were healing from. And how are you going to deal with it? So I was like, I got to get back in therapy because I don't know if I have the skills that I need to form these relationships and to be the best version of myself. So here we are again, back in therapy, y'all. And my therapist this time, shout out to her. She's just another female Black woman. Shout out to us. And she is just really great. And she's helped me really just kind of like own my flaws and own when I'm like not doing the right thing and taking accountability for myself and my actions, which has been great. So yeah, that's a little bit like up to date of what I'm up to. I don't know what I'm calling this episode. I told a friend that I should call this Back to Basics, and maybe that's what I'll call it. Like I'm just trying to find my basic steps that I did to get me back to being filled up. Because I think that sometimes we start to lose ourselves when we're busy with work. If you're a mom, you're a dad, whatever you are, a lot on your plate, you're in school, you take care of other siblings, whatever it is that you're doing. It's hard sometimes when you're taking care of other people and being something for other people, you forget about yourself. And I started to do that. I had so much on my plate, and my balance was off. I didn't know what to do. And I felt like I was kind of like spiraling. That's my favorite word. I'm spiraling, and like my emotions are everywhere. And when they're everywhere, what I do is I try to just build the wall again and build these things. But it's like I don't want to like do those methods that I used to do. I don't want to do those strategies anymore. I want to be able to communicate and vocalize how I'm feeling, whether if I think it makes me weak or, I think I'm just trying to like know that my vulnerability is strong and it shows that I'm like I have strength inside of me regardless if something makes me upset. And I think that's fine to be upset about things, but it's how we communicate. So I'm back to basics. I'm back to writing every day. I'm back to up early, praying, making sure I'm staying connected with God, make sure I'm staying connected with my foundation so that I don't lose myself. I'm back to writing my posters on my wall, my affirmations, and just like making sure that star is A1. And every day is not always going to be sunny and shiny. It's a little hot outside, but there's days that I'm just like, but I pull myself and I remind myself, like, you got to do it. You can do this. You've been through so much. You've done so much. And my journey doesn't stop here. So this is just part one. And I'm happy that you listened this far. If you're still listening, shout out to you. You want to know what's up to you with me. And I have so much more to talk about. So thank y'all.